Hey, I'm Baby Ghoul, and here are top 10 things I wish I knew before starting Wizard 101. These are also helpful tips if you are trying to start a new wizard. Tip 1, don't buy gold. Crowns have a huge impact on your experience in Wizard 101, and by far the least beneficial use of crowns is buying gold. There are tons of things that you can purchase in the crown shop, such as mounts, gear, regions, and more, that will feel rewarding to receive in exchange for your hard-earned money. Gold purchased in the shop blends in with the gold you already have and disappears among the gold you will earn. You will earn so much gold later on in this game, you won't know what to spend it on. Have patience with the gold and get that permanent mount instead. Tip 2, diversify your training points. Contrary to popular belief, you should not have a secondary school of magic, but rather take the best 0-pip spells you can find to survive and hit harder later in the fight. If you make the same mistake I did and chased after the cool-looking spells from other schools, as a member, you can reset your training points with Mr. Lincoln. Tip 3, stay geared. Allowing your gear to fall behind can make basic monsters in a new area extremely difficult. The bazaar is a great place to buy new gear as well as recycle old gear. You can also craft gear, which I will cover in a later tip. Gear from packs scales with your level, and it can be a waste of crowns early on, meaning you will get items with lower stats than if you were to wait to buy these packs at a higher level. Tip 4, be wary of scams. 15 years of Wizard 101 is approaching fast, and while there are plenty of things that appeal to a younger audience, the game has become much more complicated. This includes the addition of Bazaar and Player Trade. Gold cards have become a favorite for scammers as they can quickly cash out these cards at the Bazaar. Before trading with anyone, make sure you understand the value of what you're giving and what you are receiving. There are also ways people have been scammed outside of the game with old membership cards for sale on eBay and in-game codes. I'll be making an in-depth video about these scams in a later video. Comment below your story of being scammed in a video game, because I cannot be the only one. Tip 5, be efficient with your deck. Less is more. Draft combos rather than the strongest cards you can acquire. And try not to fill every slot in the deck. Don't spend multiple rounds discarding your hand to finally reach your secret weapon. Solve these issues by having a limited number of cards in the deck, so it's more likely the card you need is on the top of the deck or already in your hand. I suggest having a mob deck, a boss deck, and a PvP deck. Beyond level 15, I strongly suggest that you have at least 2 decks, and by level 50, you should definitely have 3 that you constantly update for unique encounters. Tip 6, do not dump items. Different vendors value items differently. If you intend to sell everything, the Bazaar may be your best bet as it generally nets you the most gold per item. Resist selling regions. These are valuable items for crafting, and if they are not needed anymore, be sure you aren't starting a new wizard before tossing them. Tip 7, take side quests. Side quests give training points, spells, regions, and more. You will also need the crafting badges from crafting quests in order to get the best gear while leveling through different arcs, such as Winter Tusk gear at level 56 or Dragoon gear at level 130. Tip 8, use the shared banks. The shared bank tab is extremely useful. This is a place to store and retrieve items regardless of which wizard you are currently playing. Mistwood and other regions can be placed here smoothly used as needed, no matter which wizard you choose to play. Tip 9, train and hatch pets. Take time to make sure you are swapping your maxed out pet with the new pets and keep them in rotation. This will ensure you have the right pet for every situation. Last but not least, tip number 10, prepare for fights. Cheats are not what you think. Cheats are the steps and mechanics needed to beat many of the bosses you will face. Sure, there are purists that will do everything trial by fire, but there are tons of videos, websites, and players that will help you along your journey. Use these resources and save yourself and your friends from the pain of finding out the hard way. Know the cheats.